I decided to dig up a handful of times Trump condemned white supremacy, and then several times Biden was racist to show what you never saw. Enjoy my montage.
How do you feel about the recent endorsement from David Duke?
I didn't even know he endorsed me. David Duke endorsed me? Okay. All right. I disavow. Okay?
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
Joe says shit that even people with Tourette's go, no. No.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I disavowed David Duke, and I disavowed him the day before at a major news conference, which is surprising because he was at the major news conference. CNN was at the major news conference, and they heard me very easily disavow David Duke.
Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Come here, Joe. Sit down.
What's really going on here is white supremacy is not a major force in anyone's life in 2020, but the media is pushing a hoax on us. Remember Jussie Smollett's, Bubba Wallace, remember the Covington Cross kids? It's a hoax, and there's ghost hunting going on. You see, when no one's racist, and we don't know who we gonna ask? CNN! They'll tell you, if you look at all the recent forms of terrorism, racism, and murder, looting, and rioting in the streets, it did not come from any white supremacists. They were nowhere to be found. And yet BLM and Antifa were everywhere.
Right after that, I also disavowed David Duke. When we looked at it and looked at the question, I disavowed David Duke. So I've disavowed David Duke all weekend long on Facebook, on Twitter, and obviously it's never enough.
David Duke.
David Duke is a bad person who I disavowed on numerous occasions.
And because of a corrupt system that exists in Mexico, I voted for a fence. I voted unlike most Democrats, and some of you won't like it, I voted for 700-mile fence. And you will not like this. And punish American employers who knowingly violate the law when in fact they hire illegals. But they're the facts. People are driving across that border with tons, hear me, tons of everything from byproducts from methamphetamine to cocaine to heroin. And it's all coming up through corrupt Mexico.
In the good old days, law enforcement acted a lot quicker than